This is Sneaker Gears. My name is Levi, and welcome to another episode of Power Gears, where today we're talking about probably one of the best trainers you haven't heard about, and that's the Jordan brand Trainer 2. When you're looking at training shoes, usually CrossFit shoes come to mind. Now, that's because your general CrossFit shoe does a great overall job for a variety of training complexes. When you're thinking of the major brands, obviously something like Nike and Reebok have done a great job as far as elevating that market and really bringing out new stuff every year. Obviously, Nike's been doing this for over 30 years with the Trainer 1, and I do have the new Metcon free back here, so we'll have a full review on that soon. The Reebok has been putting out their Nano series for the last 8 years. They've come a long way as well, and the Nano 8 is an awesome shoe. But a brand that's not normally known for their training shoes is the Jordan brand. Now, they've had a couple of trainers throughout the years called the Trainer, which is a training running shoe. A lot of them have really more been for style, really just kind of cool, great looking shoes. But for actual functional fitness, they haven't hit the needs of most athletes. Well, end of 2017, obviously early 2018, kind of out of nowhere, Jordan brand has an amazing shoe in the Flyknit Trainer 2 that is available in not only a variety of colorways, not only looks good, but is an awesome shoe. Let's get right into it. Now, when you think of Jordan, you don't really think of a brand that people don't think about. Obviously, it's Jordan. But when you're talking about training shoes, that's kind of it. Most people are actually going to be gravitating towards something like Noble, something like Innovate. Obviously, you have your Reebok, your Nikes, even Under Armour's had some training shoes that have had some hit and misses there. But Jordan brand is kind of quiet. So this is a shoe that most people did not pay attention to. And it's a shame because this actually does a lot of things really, really well. Let's start with the fit. So the construction on the shoe is a full Flyknit upper. It's actually really nice. Works with your foot, moves with you. The only problem is it does have one of those single piece tongueless designs. So getting the shoe on if you have a high instep or if you have a wide foot does take a little bit of effort. You definitely do have to go up half a size like myself if you are either a wide footer or have a high instep. That being said, once your foot's in here, you are locked in. Between the Velcro strap, between the Flywire cables, lockdown on fit in this is incredible. And again, one of the big things that a lot of CrossFit or overall training shoes don't get is that lateral stability. This does a great job, obviously coming from kind of a basketball background. So not only are you getting a great fit overall, but you're getting that lateral stability with everything working together. So that's something that this has a step above most training shoes in the market from the get-go. Talking about the cushion and stability, which is a huge thing for training shoes. A lot of training shoes really focus, I guess, more on the stability, and it really wasn't until this year, honestly, where you could say something like the Nano 8 is truly comfortable. Now, that being said, we're talking comfort level as it pertains to a training shoe. The most comfortable training shoe on the market is still going to be probably less comfortable than your average running shoe. Now, that's because they have two different purposes, because as a training shoe, you definitely want to be able to move some weight in this. So your general Nike Free has always been decent as far as moving some weight, but as soon as you started to lift heavier weights, whether that's a complex movement with Olympic weightlifting move with snatches, cleans, or if you're just doing heavy squats, deadlifts, your average Nike Free, your running shoes are not going to hold up. You need a training shoe that's going to give you that stability. Now, the problem that Jordan brand and Nike overall, they usually try to put cushion in the heel. That's where you need your stability the most. This is one of the first shoes I've seen, especially from Jordan brand and generally from Nike, if you're looking not in the Metcon series, that does not have a zoom bag in the heel, has it in the forefoot. That makes all the difference. So you're talking about a stable, just base foam heel. Now, this is still very comfortable, but when it gives that compression, it's very stable, it's very linear, you don't feel uncontrolled at all, and that zoom air in the forefoot, when you actually do go for a run, if you are doing faster motions, is very comfortable. It's a really nice compromise. And if you look at something like the Nano, this is something that they've been doing for years, and I think the Nano 8 has executed that perfectly, where you have a very stable rear foam and you have a much more comfortable forefoot foam. So that's something that I've been really looking for in a lot of training shoes for a long time, and it's not as common as you would think. You want a big, stable heel and you want something comfortable in the forefoot, and we're just starting to get those now in 2018, but Jordan Brand hits that very well. Working our way down is the traction. Now, that's something that I think most shoes, especially on the training side, do a great job. Everything from Noble to the Metcon line, especially the Nano line, if you kind of see the ridges they have all had really good traction. And this is nothing less. You kind of have a star design. Now, if you see this, it does give you a little bit reminiscent view of what you're getting with the Nike Freeze, where you kind of have that star design where it can move with your foot, the outsole and the insole. Now, kind of a preview to that, the Nike Free Metcon is probably the worst traction shoe that I've used. I've experienced quite a bit of slippage in this in a variety of movements. Nothing to say that it's bad, but if you're comparing it to a lot of other shoes in the market, there really isn't much traction to this. That being said, Jordan Brand has kept it very simple, very straightforward. You have a traction that works. Now, this is something that works both on rubber mats, obviously, if you're in a box. This is something I've used on kind of synthetic grass, outside. This thing has been fantastic. It does the job. It's a cross trainer, and that's something I think most shoes do a great job at. It's just a shame the Nike Free Metcon failed in that category, which makes a difference when you are doing hard cuts or working on speed movements. So back to the Jordan Trainer 2. This sucker costs about $140, I believe. Generally, these have been on sale for about $100, and in most places, you're able to get it for half off, around $70. Now, I was fortunate enough to get it at the Nike outlets, where we were starting to find these in different colorways, where you're able to get those for 20 to 30% off time to time. So I was able to get this for about $50, which is why I'm like, you know what? Let me try it. What a surprise. Genuinely. This thing is superseded any of my expectations for it. Honestly, I just thought, hey, this looks really good. If you guys follow Wear Testers at all, Duke is actually one of the guys who really always has this on. If you follow him on Instagram, he's worn this multiple times, just talks about how comfortable it is. And even in his review, he did give it some high remarks, but he does a lot of basketball shoes, running shoes. I'm not sure how much he's lifting. So it's one of those, let me give it a test. And this, I've been able to put up any number I needed to do for my deadlifts when I'm doing my routines. I normally do my sets around 400. For my back squat, not that strong. That's probably my weakest point. I think my max right now is only about 365, and that's going up. And I've had no issues with these. Now, for squats, I do use a little bit higher heels, so I have thrown in the Versalifts in these guys, and I've had no issues. Comfort-wise, wearing these casually, they look good. It's something I really do enjoy. Now, I will have a full kind of training gambit, best 5 training shoes. I definitely want to compare it. Is this the best training shoe on the market? No. But it's really good. I think it's the best value for what you can get it at. It's probably one of the best looking. So it's something I think a lot of people should consider, especially if you are not comfortable getting a Reebok or you don't want to try something like Innovate. It's a Jordan Brand shoe, which I think a lot of people are more than comfortable getting, and it's something that really does more than get the job done. So kudos to Jordan Brand. This is an awesome shoe and really meets the needs and demands of a lot of the athletes who wear Jordan. I really felt bad for a lot of the Jordan Brand athletes when they go to train. A lot of them didn't have great shoes to train in. And I'm sorry, Jordan Brand, when you have athletes who are only wearing Jordan and they're trying to do heavy squats, when they're trying to work on balance drills, and you give them a shoe that has full-length cushion or heavy cushion in the heel, it's not getting the job done, whereas this is fantastic. Wrapping things up, hopefully that gives everyone some food for thought, something to keep your eyes open, keep your ears open to new brands, old brands doing new things. Just because you like a certain shoe doesn't mean it's always going to work for you. I know a lot of people get stuck in that, they want to buy 4 pairs of the exact same shoe. Every year it's different. Every year brands are trying new things, new cushion. Now, like I said, this isn't the best trainer out there, and we'll have some future videos coming out very shortly here. I do want to release a comparison video for your Metcon Free coming out soon. Your Nano 8s have been fantastic, and I won't say if that's the best shoe just yet, but please stay tuned. Guys, if you like that video, please give it a thumbs up down below. Subscribe to the channel. As always, I really appreciate you guys. Shoot your comments below. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter. Let me know what you guys are looking for, and I'll be happy to help out however possible. This is Levi with Sneaker Gears. Really appreciate you guys, and I'll come at you soon.